historic Langston Golf Course in Washington, D.C. was the first place that African Americans could play golf in the nation's capital. The golf course lies in a neighborhood that has significant economic issues. The unemployment rate is 20%, and nearly 40% of the children live below the poverty line. It takes a unique person to understand how to make golf relevant to that neighborhood, someone who has lived that life. Scott Walker has more.
As a kid, I grew up working in the fields of Immokalee, picking fruits and vegetables, or doing the things that was necessary to survive at that time of my life.
When you mentioned the word survival, why was survival something that you had to think about every day?
Growing up in that environment, living in a two-room shack, no running water, no indoor toilet, no place to take a bath, and having a mom who you love so dearly, not being in the home all the time, not being present there for us every day. My dad was pretty much the primary caretaker for us. Those were the tough years for me growing up in Immokalee, but luckily there was always an angel somewhere guiding me through the process, and that angel was Florence Jelks.
Florence Jelks is known as the mother of Immokalee. She has taken in dozens of children in the area who needed guidance. Garvin's own mother struggled mightily with alcoholism, so when his father died in 1970, Jelks stepped in to fill the void in the 14-year-old Garvin.
His mother was a lovely lady who shared James with me, because I think she saw me as a means of James getting out of here, and she saw by what I did that he had something going for him.
I think what she saw was promise in a young man who was in a situation he had no control over, and he needed someone to help him.
Miss Jelks, she was the one that really got him through to find different colleges and help him finish out his education and get him going on the right track.
Somehow, I found a way to throw a baseball, and that became my saving grace. I really enjoyed those times, thinking back on them. It was something that I would cherish for the rest of my life because it gave me a way out.
Garvin turned a bad situation into an opportunity, using his baseball prowess to earn a scholarship to Howard University. His coach was former Major League player Chuck Hinton.
He was another father figure for me. Not only was he my coach, but he was also one of my strongest mentors. I learned to play golf on a southern tour during spring break. When Chuck would leave to go play golf in the morning, so I tagged along and I shagged some balls for him out at Clemson, and I started playing golf at that point. So golf became another vehicle in which I would use at some point to survive.
Survival defines life in the Langston section of Washington, D.C. Garvin became the manager of the Langston Golf Course in 1990, at a time when golf carts were routinely stolen or vandalized, and golfers were often harassed on the course. Because Garvin understood the struggle in the neighborhood, he had insight into a solution. Did you actually go out in door to door? I mean, how did you tell people about what was going on here?
Absolutely. I went up into the neighborhood after it came down for about the third time, and I'm like, wait, we got to do something. So I went up there and I started knocking on doors, getting to know people, and letting them know that we were here to support them. We want them to be a part of the golf course community and not seem like they were not. My challenge was to make sure that we get the kids that are now destroying the property to become more involved in the property.
Garvin worked with Dr. Marshall Banks, one of his professors and mentors at Howard, to convert a portion of the clubhouse into a learning center. The impact on the children was immediate.
We have about 600 kids that we mentor and tutor each summer. So going forward, what that has done for us is put us in a position to change lives.
They actually get into a computer learning system that gives their true measure of reading and math. When you walk in there, you see that they are individually able to produce learning at their own rate. It's a tremendous feeling to see that actual learning is taking place.
Kids are so anxious to learn golf and to play golf that they clamp onto schoolwork in a way they never would if Jimmy didn't run education programs.
If you don't finish your hours in the learning center, you can't go out and play as much as you want to. You have to strive to be a great student and then be a pretty good golfer.
Right now, our list of kids probably about 50 or 60 strong that are in college somewhere, not solely because of this program, but because they were a part of it somehow and we help to shape their lifestyle.
See that? Look at that, huh? How about that, huh? Give me 5. You like that?
I think we offer a variety of things through our golf clinics. We have a terrific short game area. We have a driving range where they can just blow it out if they want. So the clinics are important because we're teaching the basics as to how golf relates to life.
Life has turned out far better for James Garvin than many would have expected back in Immokalee, Florida. His work at Langston and with his Jimmy Garvin Legacy Foundation helped him earn an induction into the African American Golfers Hall of Fame. The boy who needed help from a woman in his community to survive is now a community leader himself.
It's an honor to see him do these things because me as a college student, my focus is education. So my dad being my role model, just to help kids and see them excel in golf as well as education is very commendable.
He's always had that instinct to love others and to do for others and care for others, especially those who can't do for themselves.
Why do you believe so much in angels?
I'm a firm believer that those folks that were in my path were put there. And they were put there to make sure that I'm sitting where I'm sitting today. I believe that Florence was there for a reason. I believe that Chuck was there for a reason. I believe that Dr. Banks was there for a reason. You know, all those folks understood the person that I am, and they want to make sure that I make it.
Are you an angel now?
I am. For those kids that come through those doors, I'm going to make sure they get the things that they need.
Straight ahead.